Well, I've got a big painting called Emergence, which is part of a series about womanhood. And the first one, it's not so much about me, even though I was emerging as an artist and coming out of that fog, but it's emergence in general, like, and when I think about it now, like womanhood is like, I think your manhood must be the same, but we have very physical, we're so men also have very physical changes. And there's this sort of sense, you know, in your teenage years and maybe into your 20s, you're still very much part of the cultures around you. They very much influence who you are, even though, depending, you might be as a person who's very strongly individuated and knows who you are and really is. But I think if you look around, most people are to some degree derivative or influenced by the things around them. And so she's this shape that's sort of abstracted in amongst all this colour, and she's not fully developed and fully differentiated from the background. She's just sort of emerging in a way from it. Yeah, and this is the baby. This is being sold but not left the room yet.
Emergence.
Yeah, Emergence. And what I love about Emergence is ink and crayon and acrylic, and when you go up close, there's so many textures on her. Like, she's just, I really love this one.
So many layers to it, the colours.
Yeah, sorry.
So it's okay.
There are, it's very,
Yeah.
and when you go close up, you're surprised how, like, I've actually taken abstract pictures close.
Especially around the face part as well.
Yeah. But also the boobs. You're afraid of the boobs. You're allowed to show them on Instagram, I'm not sure.
They're gonna go YouTube.
On YouTube,
yeah. I guess so. I guess no.
We'll soon find out.
Yeah.
I think being African has left an imprint on my soul. Like that poem, Lashed Veins, that's the first poem in my first book. I say, like, you know, Africa lashed its veins around my roots and drip feeds me unseen signs. And that's like, you know, like the word Ubuntu, togetherness. Like, for me, that expands all the way to togetherness with the universe. Like that piece, Emergence, that's also, in a way, about being completely in the world, yeah? And the colours in it are very African and very bright, I guess. But also, if you look at pieces like these ones that I'm working on at the moment, I feel like they're quite influenced by Ethiopian art, and the colours are similarly very bright and African, I guess, maybe African. I find that a weird thing to say, but they're not the muted tones of traditional European art, I guess. I honour the masculine because I am woman. I have been sketched and painted, eroticized and eulogized, but my own seeing is where I really am and where I truly start. And so I dive back into my heart to feed my art with Carrie Mae Weems, Sonia Boyce, Zora Neale Hurston, Claudette Johnson, Amy Sherwood, Toni Morrison, Alice Walker, Bell Hooks, Faith Ringgold, Toni Morrison, Maya Angelou. Purple Rain series that we talked about. Just thought it might be nice for you to see what I meant by it.
You said that you had to use is it 80 to 60 to 80%?
No, it was 80 to 95%,
That's
but
it.
I just didn't listen here and I just stuck a big bit of red on it. But you know, underneath the black on this one, it's all purple. So
yeah,
there's still purple there.
Absolutely, yeah.
Yeah.
The face expressions. Are they inspired by elderly?
No, they're me. They're pictures of me. But they're me with just one candle underneath me. And so they're aspects of me. And they are like Yeah, I do feel like it's me embodying like my next phase, the older
Okay.
phase.
Oh, okay.
So that's interesting that you see that. But this one is, she's like, there's a slight smile on her face.
That's right.
So she's maybe embodying more the light, even in the darkness. She's like, this is sort of more sorrowful, mysterious, dark.
Mm-hmm.
And this is the, like, just looking at it direct and head on, like the eyes very, very direct.
So your process, did you?
Sorry, can I sit down?
Of course you can. Did you take a picture first, or did you just paint by memory?
No, I did a whole series of photographs by candlelight, and I just took in the mirror. So I was sitting there with a candle underneath me, and then I just took pictures and the reflection in the mirror. And they're very dark, and there's not much in them, like you can't see that much.
And each painting, how long did it take you to?
Each one is probably about a week.
Okay.
But the middle one I've started working on a bit more, and I think I might change it slightly.
What did you learn in terms of, I think what may have been, well, for me looking at it, it's interesting to see different types of purples that you can,
That was really interesting, and it was also interesting how impactful a piece can be with less colour. And I enjoy painting faces like that. The images of the men that I did, the three muses, were similar. I had just naturally given myself a reduced palette, but it was the first time I'd done that. Yeah.
And how was that for you? In terms of, was it?
At first, I just thought it was going to be impossible, and I wasn't going to be able to do it. But it was really actually easier in some respects to get something very impactful from it. And I think in these pieces I've been quite brave, because I left them very unfinished. Like, they're very watery, and like, you know, you could just think, oh, she didn't bother. But for me, that was like something about, you know, we're all a work in progress, we're all unfinished kind of thing.
What I love is just the mood that it brings out. It's almost, you know how black and white pictures sometimes are more powerful than colourful pictures, but this has the same kind of sense or spirit to it.
Yeah.
So, but I think even more actually, because it's colours that you don't really think that could bring out that kind of mood.
Yeah, I mean, I love that she chose that colour. I mean, purple is the colour of the women's movement, and it is also a spiritual colour. Like, people associate it with high vibrational spirituality. It's also a colour that was traditionally associated with royalty, because to dye clothes that purple colour was very costly in time and in resources at one point. So purple and cloth got associated with wealth. So it's about adorning yourself as well in sort of a regal way, which works with the idea of trying to center yourself after years of like maybe being selfish in the wrong way at the wrong time. Like, you know what I mean? The conflict of trying to fit in being a human being and a mother and a lover and a wife and a, you know, whatever.
What made you choose the yellows to complement it?
The yellow, I've always used yellow as an underlay, but not really intentionally. But actually, an artist called Ologunmo, who's a friend of mine, used a very bright yellow underneath one of his paintings that I was lucky enough to watch evolve. And when he did that, I was like reminded that you can leave it showing, because at certain points when he was painting, I'd be like, oh, leave it now. He didn't, and I get why. Like, paintings are beautiful, but with these, it felt like appropriate. Like, people also used to, like, I remember the first time somebody used this phrase. I was walking in Covent Garden, and this American voice, deep, yo, hayala. What's that? I don't know what that guy's shouting at. It was me. He was shouting at me because I was high yellow, like my skin tone, and I just. So it seemed appropriate for these pictures, really, yellow.
And then obviously you added the red in the middle picture as well.
Yeah, I was going to use the red as an underlay to give the purple a more warmy tone, and then I just liked it, so I left it. I am wearing the same dress in all of them, but I represented it differently for different, like, I decided not to paint it the same way. I decided not to like actually paint the fabric. It's an African kaftan chitenge that I had made to my own design, so it's lower at the back. When I was in Zanzibar, I was working on a retreat there doing some like art therapy facilitation, and I got this piece of, and I wear it all the time at home. It's like my, you know, house clothes.
Yeah.
And I feel really comfortable in it, but it's probably not how people who see me out on the road would generally perceive me or recognize me, because often I'm quite masculine when I'm out on the road to maybe keep myself safe or keep myself feel whatever. But yeah, out in the wild I just wear kaftans. I finally land back in myself, looking out and telling you what I think, what I feel, what I see. Not more or less important, just free to honour my muses and also to honour me.